Jacksonville Jaguars. Josh Lambo now ready to put this one in the air. And with towels waving, we're underway from Heinz Field. Now a play fake here on first down. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Second and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So the sack, and now a third and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger.
Jack 16. Set. Black 80. Whirl. Quarter.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. They'll indeed go for it with Roethlisberger. Steps away to his left. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. And this is going to be incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Jags take over in terrific field position.
Sunday.
A first carry for Leonard Fournette. Eventually wrangled down before reaching the 20, but a strong run. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Bortles to throw on second down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. Working from the gun, it's Bortles. A quick throw, but incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just want to ride there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Shotgun now for Bortles. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Dante Moncrief, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Jags have taken the early lead. Josh Lambo now for the point after. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And that makes the score 7-0. Here's Lambo out to kick this one away. Well, for Pittsburgh, as they come back out here, it's not going to get much easier. Then the Week 1 tie against Cleveland, Kansas City next week, and then they have Tampa Bay, but then Baltimore and Atlanta the following weeks.
Listen, if you're a defensive back, a secondary player, you better get your rest this week because Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill, they're going to test you downfield. And that game with Tampa Bay looked like a gimme. No longer a gimme after what Tampa did against New Orleans. And then, who's that in the 4th game?
The Ravens.
The Ravens. Renewing that rivalry once again.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward, incomplete pass. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. He'll buy some time right, and he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Give him 7 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
Here we go. Like 80! Quarter! Snickers, 66.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Lambo to add on the extra point. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Escaping the pressure right. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Now, remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a second time. They're going to try and throw. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And that will force a turnover on downs. They'll come up now with the clock showing 3 seconds to go here in the first. Now a first carry for T.J. Yeldon. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 4 to start things out.
Nice play, baby. Here we go. Green 80. Mike 39, Lucy.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. They'll try to run for it with Yeldon. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Bortles going to go on 4th down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cole. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
Let's go. Green 80.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On second down, here's Bortles. Hall bringing it in. And he'll go down at the 28. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Green 80. Green 80.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
Green 80. 77.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to fourth down. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And Lambeau will put this one through, and the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And the Steelers set to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Everyone, you got 4 down. Set! Corner, 30!
So on second down, Roethlisberger eluding the pressure right. This one complete, right side to McDonald. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Forced out to his left. And it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, DJ Hayden. 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Lambeau on for the extra point. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And a rout is on here in this first half. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one.
Whoa! Let's go now. Eight. Snickers. You got to spin. Snickers. Right.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. James Conner, the running back, his intended receiver. And now it's second down. A CD looking back to last week. One interesting thing certainly was that tie between Pittsburgh and Cleveland. You know, that was the first week one tie since 1971.
Yeah, I think our research told us that the Broncos and Dolphins tied 10-10. And remember, overtime was instituted by the NFL starting with the 1974 season. So this is unbelievable, those two teams tied. Cleveland was +5 in turnover margin, had their chances, and got a field goal block down the stretch that would have won the game.
Yeah, Pittsburgh had a field goal late in OT too, and they missed it wide left. Roethlisberger will throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 8 yards on the screen there, not enough. And it'll be fourth down. Fourth down. Here's Roethlisberger. Flushed out right. And he finds McDonald. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. So they've been burned twice already on fourth down, but the third time's the charm as they keep the drive moving. That's it for the first half. And just like that, on we head to half number two. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee you he's been selling this one. We can get it, Coach. We can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
Second half beginning with a run from Fournette. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. It's Big Vince Williams who made the tackle. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
380. 11B.
Throwing his Bortles on third down. Over the middle, complete. That's Cole. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Bortles now on first down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Well, sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he picks up the first down yardage.